Boom. Welcome to Hardin Life Live. We are the Hardins, and we are a group of coaches and counselors who love taking 10 minutes with you every week to hopefully give you some cool tips to live your life. And we have a new fun theme this month. We are talking about movies. And Phil and I actually just did a blitz and saw Top Gun and the Elvis movie back to back in the weekend. So we are hot on this topic. And I'm so excited because our guest is Andrea Ferguson. She has her master's in counseling and is chipping away at her licensure hours. And I think what, really gripped me, even Andy, as I read your blog, is, all through scripture, Jesus used story, and story sticks with us. It inspires us. It makes something all up here real. And I just loved how you just sort of took the story of the Greatest Showman and brought it to such a meaningful place that I think we all can be inspired by. But I wanted to be curious just with you, what had you pick that movie?
Oh, goodness. Well, first of all, thank you so much. And thank y'all so much for having me on. But in terms of why I picked The Greatest Showman, those who know me know that I am an incredibly black and white thinker. It's either all or nothing. It's either good and bad or bad. And so my greatest challenge is living life in the gray. It's not all good. It's not all bad. It's not all black. It's not all white. And so that's where this idea, and you'll see the theme throughout my blog post, is come alive and allow yourself to dream. This is something I have personally struggled with, still struggle with. And so just allowing yourself to dream and figuring out what that looks like. So that's what the role of The Greatest Showman has played in my personal life.
Wow.
I love the movie. I love the inspirational idea in the movie of the characters trying to figure out who they are. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? And so many of the characters, being circus characters, of course, have gone through what we would say in counseling terms, lots of trauma. They have been put down. They have been the strange and awkward of society. And yet, as they come together and form a community, they each find their inspiration through one another, understand their identity, and they begin to pursue their dreams.
Well, what really gripped me, Andy, honestly, was your very first point. It's like when you want to find your dreams, you need to find your people. And your people are going to be the ones that really help you stay grounded in it. They know you. And, a lot of us honestly don't have our people.
This is true. Great points from both of y'all. And if I could just tie in one more element of that, of course, Phil mentioned finding your people, the community aspect, you as well, Carla. And I also want to add in there, when I'm talking about coming alive and finding your dreams, allowing yourself to dream, this can easily be applied to, say, career, something of that nature. Chase your dreams, do everything you wanted. Yes, I mean that. But I also, one thing I wanted to convey through this blog post is, kind of, we talk about it in the counseling world, is the magic marker question. If I could change one thing, if I could wake up tomorrow and have one thing different, what would that be? Someone might say, man, if I could kick this social anxiety to the curb, where would I be? Things of that nature. So all that to say, looping it back around, I just wanted to go back to Phil's point of surround yourself with wise counsel. That's what makes us come alive, be fully present in the moment. When we have people pouring into us, encouraging us, calling us out, and at the end of the movie, when they're standing in the rubble, someone to help pick you up. So that was a roundabout way of tying it in, but I just want to reiterate the community piece that y'all brought in.
No, that's excellent, Andrea. working with men, especially what we call that just in our men's community is being fathered. We
Right.
never outgrow our need to be fathered. And yet, we all reach a point where our biological fathers are either not available, or they don't have anything to really give because they've not been given to even the way we have oftentimes. And so I've watched the community of men father one another, as you're saying, and gather around men standing in rubble, to use that picture from even the movie, and how important it is that that there are men that you can look in the eyes, people that you can look them in the eyes to figure out who you are, because they reflect a more accurate picture, mirror a more accurate picture of who you are than oftentimes what comes up in our own heads.
You know, they having all those people around you too, and I know the work you do at your men's coaching weekend. I love, Andy, just the point you mentioned a second ago, is that you're really saying don't make it just narrow to like,
Of course.
this enormous house. It's like the magic marker question. I think
Yes.
this season in my life, yeah, there's a lot of things that I would go, I'd really like to have that be done, or I'd like to start this.
Yes.
I'd like to feel like I'm expanding. And so I even think that The Greatest Showman really allowed us to grab hold of that view of hope. It's like part of dreaming is the hope. And of course, we as believers have something actually real to anchor our hope in. It's not just hope against hope. It's like we're going, God, you're transformational. So I'm not held back by my dreams or even my limitations that might make me think I'm stuck. I've been this way all my life. What makes me think I'm going to change tomorrow? That's a really wonderful way for me to even go, I need to be looking for how movies actually inspire my hope.
Yes. No, you said it so well, and I could not agree more. And just to add on to that, one thing that you just said that sparked my attention is in different seasons of life, your dreams will change. I hope they change. We are meant to grow and transform, like you just said. And once again, that goes back to the community piece. But one more thing I would like to add to that is just a reminder that if you are met with adversity, which we all will be, if you are going to get bumps, you are going to get bruises, you might get a couple scars, but the good things in life are worth fighting for. And so I just want to drive that home, that when you are surrounded by that community of people pouring into you, loving on you, and helping you reevaluate each season in your life, yes, it's the balm to the soul is the best way to put it. Good things in life are worth fighting for. So keep persevering even when you are met with challenges. Just because it's tough doesn't mean it's meant to be. We might have a backdoor approach, so to speak.
Well, and Andrea, I would, just want to say to you, it's so inspiring to see how you have approached your dreams, in even doing your graduate work in counseling, having finished that, all kinds of reasons for you not to have done that. But, you've had good people around you. You've had a good husband in Jason encouraging you. But it's sweet to see how you've actually lived out the very things that you are writing about in your blog.
Wow. Well, this
Thank
is
you.
also good. And, like I said, we saw Top Gun last night. And Andrea, your point about fighting for it, it's like they were so dark in the hole. It's like you couldn't imagine, but that dream, the hope of them returning back, to their team is what, brought out the best of their rising above that adversity to claim back the things that were God given, for all of us. So thank you for starting off this month with such an inspiration. Everyone, do not miss this read. Andrea did an incredible job, and it's probably one you're going to want to share with friends. So remember, our website is hardinlife.com, and we will look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you,
Take care.
guys.
Thank you.
See ya.
Now, I don't know what it is, if that got it or not.
We're still recording.
Okay.